I'm happy to speak on this issue as well, because I had my constituency clinics in North Kildare yesterday, and it was housing, homelessness and indeed eviction notices were coming in thick and fast. And I wasn't a bit surprised at the homeless figures that were released, the record figures that were released there last week, because housing is required for all people, and this is housing for all, and we need housing for all people, because for all the reasons that makes life worth living. Housing brings safety, security, family, privacy, dignity, access to education and health. And when you don't have a proper home, your life can often take a turn for the worst. And I want to use my short time today to show the difference that a home means by talking about a constituent, a Nana, who got an eviction notice to quit her apartment next January and to leave the house apartment that she is renting. She's been on the housing list with Kildare County Council for almost 6 years. This woman is looking after her granddaughter in a formal fostering arrangement with TUSLA. And to TUSLA's credit, they have written in support of her to Kildare County Council to be permanently housed by the council. Her granddaughter cried with relief that she was allowed to stay with her Nana, but her grandmother had cried when she had lost her two other grandsons, because she had to give them up simply and solely because she didn't have the adequate accommodation and she couldn't find anything in North Kildare. You see, she only had a 2-bedroom apartment and she needed a 3-bedroom apartment to keep all her grandchildren together. They're in a lovely foster home, but these two boys are losing the chance to be reared by their Nana, who adores them and who they adore, and to grow up with their sister simply because of their Nana's housing situation. Think of the lost years in those children's lives, all the love and the security and the happiness and family bonding that they are losing out on because there is no adequate to proper housing available in North Kildare. Can the Minister tell me how that makes sense for society, or for that grandmother and those children? And how is this putting children first? These children aren't counted in the housing figures, the 3,220 children that are homelessness at the moment. They don't count in that figure because they are considered homed, but they're not at home with their grandma where they should be. And that wasn't the end of the crying yesterday. Amid all the despair, I spoke to a woman who had secured a home, and she was crying as well, tears of relief. And you could hear it, and I thought that it was going to be my turn to cry next, I'll tell you, because there's nothing as basic as the 4 walls of a house. And you have to look at evictions, you have to stop evictions. The eviction notices are coming in at an extraordinary rate, and I would ask you to make sure that there's nobody can be evicted this winter.